Bobby Lax in the studio here. Not Booby Lax, as I tried to call him on Twitter earlier this morning. How's it going, Bobby?
Good. Thanks for the correction. Appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem. If you don't know, Bobby, your term that you use for yourself is professional food lover. Is that right?
Yeah, that's what I went with. Not really a chef, not just like a foodie, whatever, but I work in random parts of the food industry.
The food world.
That's what brought it all
So
together.
what qualifies you? What do you have to...
I love to eat. Like, I take a lot of pride in sitting down to a table with real food from honest people, and yeah, I enjoy it very much. So, yeah, you just need to enjoy yourself with good food to be a food lover.
To be a professional food lover.
Well, then I work in the food industry, so that's
I
I try to have an air of professionalism while I
So you're truly living your passion.
Yeah, like last night I went to the Wick dinner for Whale Festival. Beautiful 5-course menu, some awesome wines. And it's my job to be
I didn't get invited to.
It's my job to be at things like that.
Yeah.
So that's what makes me a professional food lover.
All right. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. You said good food from honest people there. That's kind of a powerful statement. What defines good food, and why honest people?
Food that's either grown or harvested or foraged with integrity. People who care about their product and really they want to know who they're giving it to. Mm-hmm. So someone like Joe Martin going out and getting nettles in the forest and then bringing it into Sobo, like, honest person.
Limited production chain.
Yeah, exactly. It's not cookie cuttered out. Yeah. There's consistency, but there's not like imitation. There's not there's soul in the food that he brings in, or
it's not reconstituted so that they're all shaped exactly the same. And,
exactly. Like fish sticks or something. Like fish sticks versus prawns from Jeff Mikas.
Yeah.
Like kind of a big difference.
All right. So you're here. You mentioned your job is to go to all these good, tasty food things. You also represent at a lot of events the Tofino Culinary Guild. Yeah,
I work as the community food coordinator for it. So that means I have a really awesome job. I go around Vancouver Island and BC in general looking for suppliers to bring in to the community and service our restaurants, our grocery stores. Individuals are now members, so they can get the same food that restaurants are going to. And we get like beautiful morel mushrooms. We get corn from NASCAR just down the road, beef from Collins Farm. Donnie and it's Bob and Ann Collins, so Donnie Collins' parents. And it's like... you sit down and you talk with the farmer, and they love knowing where their food is going.
Love knowing that it's going to end up on a plate with a lot of other great food that somebody really cared about instead of picnic some afternoon.
And suppliers love coming here because we actually care to have that relationship.
I had one of the dinners that I was invited to was actually that first big fundraising dinner for the Tofino Culinary Guild, and you're right, the number of farmers and wineries that were represented there and all that stuff was just cool to see a community of people coming together on the whole end, where your food, where the ingredients come from, all the way to the people that are going to be putting it on your table, all in the same room, just partying and having a great time, and putting a good thing together. But let's get down to other business before we fool around here. You've brought in some snacks.
Whoa, fool around?
Oh, we take our food seriously.
Okay, back up. So I have oysters here, but that doesn't mean we're going to end up fooling around. They are an aphrodisiac, but
well, I just saw the wine glass. You've got your water in there, and I was just
I have my water in there because I had wine in many a glasses last night at the Wick dinner, and I see water in your wine glass too.
That's true. But let's speaking of putting together good things and getting lots of people together to love food, Feast BC.
So I feel amazingly lucky to live in this town because so much of it is about food, and just to kind of show that off, in May we're having a culinary month. So all the great activities that happen here, whale watching, surfing, kayaking, are going to incorporate a food element into what they do because, we all got to eat. So Trish Dixon and Jay Gill from Shelter and Perry Schmuck, like all these people are working together. Charles from the Wick are working together to put on this amazingly ambitious and wonderful celebration of the food that we have here, and it's gonna be quite the party. There'll be a dock events every Saturday. So with
weekly barbecue kind of thing with prawns one week and salmon the next and crab the next. That sounds crazy. Boats, like go out and get a celebrity chef to cook for you.
Yeah, we have all kinds of, like, everyone called sort of their chef friends, and we have guys like Rob Feeney coming out who won Iron Chef. We have Okomitsu, who's Catch in Calgary, great restaurant. Angus Ann, who I had the pleasure of working at, and the even greater pleasure of eating at his restaurants. It's called Mainom. It's like the best Thai food I've ever had. People have heard me say this. I spent 2 months in Thailand, and the best Thai food is in Vancouver at this restaurant. He's coming out. A guy named Rick Moonen down in Las Vegas. He's huge figure for sustainable seafood. There's going to be a lot of cool chefs coming our way. JC Poirier, who's Campagnolo. I ate there 2 out of 4 nights I was in Vancouver last time. Awesome pizza. Yeah, we're lucky. But we kind of Trish pitched the idea to the chefs that are coming out here, and they were all immediately like, oh, I'd love to come to Tofino. I'd love to sort of provide those unique food experiences. And, there's all just sorts of, like, random great ideas coming up. Megan Fraser, I was talking to her yesterday. Like, just I don't know whether it'll happen or not, but she was thinking about doing a show and shine for all of the sport fishing fleets. Like, boat-wise, and just down on the dock, because the first week will be salmon, and it'll just be, like, sort of everyone's getting their boat all cleaned up for the
getting
year.
Into the season,
So tying everyone together just around food, it's like, it's a common denominator.
Yeah, well, it's one of those, I think, historically, so much of human interaction on our society, the great deals and the marriage proposals and whatever, all involve a sit down for dinner. So it's a great community building thing. So I think that's really cool. The website's feastbc.com, www.feastbc.com, with information. I noticed they've been updating it like crazy. When it was first up there was just a little bit of stuff, and now there's videos and all kinds of stuff and more information about the event. So if you went there a couple of weeks ago when they launched it, there's a lot more going on now. We have to jump into the surf report and a quick message, and then let's come back and not fool around.
Okay, deal.
All right.
I can't wait to not fool around.
All right. Bobby Lax in studio. I'm just going to throw the surf report at you in a short break about the Whale Festival and Shelter Restaurant, and then we will come back and eat some oysters and stuff. Here is your surf conditions for the region. We're looking at east-southeasterly winds this morning, 18 to 24 knots. They will switch. Find Long Beach Radio online, www.longbeachradio.ca. Me and Bobby were too busy fooling around. I let Cheryl Crow get away from us. Welcome back, West Coast. It is 14 minutes after 9. We're plotting for the future, possibly a consistent visit from Bobby here to talk food and what's going on in the culinary world. But we tried this last time, and it worked out pretty well. What have you got in your hands there, sir?
I have one raw oyster from Outlandish Shellfish. They're the shellfish farmers that come and service our restaurants every Wednesday. They bring a truckload of good shellfish, oysters, mussels, clams, scallops, that sort of thing.
And can I just jump in here? Yep. This is kind of through the culinary, the Tofino Ucluelet Culinary Guild relationship. So if you were a guild member, you could be getting fresh, awesome shellfish.
We're gonna try to start getting them to service members where everyone meets the truck at once and see how that goes. So. It's about, you could go down to the dock and get it, but oysters actually need to be processed somewhere, and we've lost the infrastructure on the coast, so...
they go across island.
They go across island, come back, so it's kind of the same deal.
Sort of. As close to getting it fresh off the boat as you can in
what
senses.
One of the most important things for me is they're just really awesome people.
Yeah.
They just love what they do. They wouldn't do anything else, and they grow a beautiful oyster. So... I feel really great about supporting them. Most of the oysters that are grown here are actually for tubs, so they're not for like the half shell market. So it's valuable.
Tubs is in like the tins of.
No, not the tins, but like the plastic. You see them like it's like a 32-ounce tub of Fanny Bay or Max.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that they sell in the grocery store.
Oh, okay.
Because we grow them big and we kind of grow them online, so they kind of get clustered. So. You can't really. It's hard to do those for the half shell. yeah. I mean, on the inside they are.
I tell you what,
and that's just as important, right?
I guess it was November or so you were in here last time. And before that, I had oysters at my wedding. I just had a guy shucking oysters in the corner at my wedding in June, and it was such a thrill for the Albertans. They just went nuts. And I still have guys, I'll get a text message every once in a while or a phone call from somebody I'll take some of that. Somebody in Fort McMurray or whatever going, hey, can I get some fresh oysters out here? I'm like, I don't know, I could put them in a styrofoam cooler and ship them to you and see how it goes.
They're such a random food. Like, if I had called you up and said, oh, I'm going to come in and we can peel some prawns and eat them on the radio, like, I love prawns, but it's just not as talk worthy, I'd say.
It's not the same
but having this thing in the half shell, kind of dripping the juice on ourselves.
I should qualify this. I had a rough night last night. It was St. Patrick's Day. I was down at the pub, and is this going to be good for me? Am I getting like iron? Is this
yeah, lots of zinc. This will be invigorating. It'll hopefully put you. The seawater will just sort of flush any toxins away. Oysters are really good for you.
I was going to say I might need dozens of these.
There you go.
Cheers. Oh, I think that was a different texture than I recall the last ones being through here in November.
Depending on the time of year, oysters will totally have a different texture. Yeah? In the summer, they'll be creamy because they're filled of reproductive material. In the
I don't want to hear that.
But that's part of the reason they're an aphrodisiac, right? Like when you look at things like pomegranates or kiwis, other things. It's you look at it and it's made up a lot of
you're eating their seeds,
a lot of the good stuff. Yeah, and that's actually the reason when people say like don't eat oysters in the month of R. Originally, that was said to protect the oysters because you don't want to eat something while it's spawning because it's just about to produce millions of eggs. Yeah, bad management, exactly. But in terms of the texture, like in November, they've kind of after spawning, then they start fattening up for the winter, so they're really plump, and that's why we have the festival then, and that's why.
Peak.
That's why, yeah, because they're. That's the reason they're harvesting them because the oysters have really like filled in, and now they go kind of dormant, and there's not as much food in the water, so they go thin, they go saltier, and they're not as like plump. But this is the fun part is tasting them all different times of year.
It's like
They'll
wine,
never be
right?
the same.
Different every year of wine, every month of oysters.
Yeah, and different place they were grown, different flavor. Yeah.
All right, we've got some. You said these are hazelnuts too.
Oh yeah, we've got hazelnuts that I just had shipped up from a farm down in the Cowichan. Just sampling from a farmer, and they are awesome. Like Wilbury Farm, this guy Neil Wilson, totally honest guy. Called him up, just found him on the internet.
He said we're not going to fool around, but you're getting all excited about nuts.
Oh,
but
you caught me. I like nuts.
Nice.
Hazelnuts. Hazelnuts.
All right. Well, this has been a fun morning. I gotta have you, like we were just talking about. We've got to have Bobby come in with all kinds of fun stuff over the next, hopefully, couple of months. We'll be able to work this out a little more regularly, especially building up to the feast thing. I look forward to using you as a correspondent for it, giving us some phone calls at events, get some updates. I think it'd be fun.
Happy to come in. Love the banter, chit chat, what have you. But mostly, I sit in here for the view.
Oh, we might be moving to the end of the dock. We'll still have a great view.
Okay.
Moving to a box at the end of the dock there, so I don't know if it'll be quite.
They're going to put you in a container at the end of the dock.
In a shipping container. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
Hello?
But thanks for dropping in, man.
Thanks for having me.
It's been a lot of fun. I know you've got places to run off to, so we'll quickly skip into song and then be back with the weather forecast. Bobby Lax, professional food lover, joining us here. If you want to learn more about the Tofino Ucluelet Culinary Guild, it's www.tucg.ca, and Feast BC's website is www.feastbc.com. This is Matt Epp. He's going to be in town in the next little while. The tune is called Red Winged Blackbird. All right, Bobby doesn't know it yet, but I just turned his microphone on. It is 25 minutes after 9 o'clock. You're listening to Long Beach Radio. Going to hang out for a little while longer before you... Where are you taking off to, sir?
We're doing a TUCG feast chef photo down at 4th Street Dock, so I'm going down there. It's going to be a pretty fun time to actually get all the chefs in one place. It's like herding cats. It's crazy.
Well, it's busy, folks. You got to.
It's like herding cats and getting anyone to do anything in Tofino. Plus, it's like herding sketchy cats.
In Tofino.
Yeah.
Right.
No offense, guys, and
it's
ladies.
There's busy people. Lots of stuff going on. This arrives now, and I got to prep this, and that's going on. And
Yeah.
No, I understand. So that's why you're wearing all your logo gear. You're really kind of.
Yeah.
What's the word?
I'm
trying to think of a nice word.
Well, I got my Whale Fest button and my Joie sweater, which is super comfortable, and my TUCG hat. Yeah, I'm geared up.
You just look like a guy that shows up to like a car race with like all of his Mercedes-Benz logo stuff on or whatever.
Ooh, I feel maybe I'm gonna go put a NASCAR sticker on my car and really fill out that image.
Excellent. All right, well, let's get into some music. Thanks for coming in again, Bobby. It is 27 minutes after 9, and this is Kyle Andrews. We'll probably throw some U2 in there afterwards as well in honor of the day after St. Patrick's Day.